This universal buff in terms of the 10 all stats.
He also got a buff, or a bug fix really, is fast that I think wasn't giving him as much damage block as it was supposed to.
Oh.
It was the way that I read it.
Okay. So Pangolier, nice defusal buyer against the Morphling.
And then also just pressure the supports on the back, because Bane, he has to grip you to save himself. Whereas like Naga, she just will die to Ember Spirit, Slide, and Flame Guard.
They don't have the
greedy with it. We've seen Morphlings be very greedy. And then they'll die, and they're like, all right, I guess I have to buy Shard. Be able to attribute shift while stunned.
I don't think you need to buy it this game.
Yeah, with just one thing to be afraid of.
Kuko's in big trouble here.
He is. Kuko, Gush, body blocks by Miero. Anchor smash to come to try to finish the job. And that will give Miero first blood in this lane.
Not quite sure what he's hoping for here on the Bane. He's even getting spotted by the tower.
Yeah, that's going to give him away.
But there wasn't really a play there to begin with, as far as I'm concerned. I think there's better stuff for Safe to spend his time on. Stack camps, go through the gate, make plays bottom, and of course get the wisdom.
Rolling Thunder, WS. Actually, the Shield Crash misses, but Kataomi in the area, as this is a Wisdom Shrine move as well. Swashbuckle as GPK takes out WS, and now Jokum forced to exit the premises. They're going to get this kill on top of that. The box is going to delay it a bit as GPK. Shield Crash doesn't get him to the right side, but regardless, the Ringmaster taken out, and this is going to be a double Wisdom Shrine for BetBoom. Oh boy, WS, he just TP'd here. Oh, that is a disaster for him. Cuckoo, he TP's in. I think he's just going to feed as well. Doesn't have level 6. Okay, they don't have any more chase on the back of that.
All right, Makoto with
it around. Okay, Kataomi taken out. That's the first kill for Talon.
Dire version. Yeah. In particular, the offlane is where the lead is really at. Miero is up 2,000 against WS. WS has been carrying games for Flipster Talon more. I think it's almost fair to say that he has maybe been the player carrying the most
they're going to grab. Save level 6 already. Second death for 23 in a very short amount of time. Cuckoo's still not level 6. The Brain Sap brings him low as Kiritich comes to finish the job. 2 dead again for Talon, as Kataomi will be the trade. Makoto, at the very least for Talon, gets something, but not good overall for them.
I have to say, for the side of Talon, it is also, it's not like they're playing terribly right now, it's just so little to work with. When the first 10 minutes go this poorly with this type of lineup, oh, maybe this will be an opportunity.
Oh yeah, this will be a huge kill for Talon. Kiritich getting really low, looking for the Thunder target, but the roar comes out. Nicely done from Talon.
That's a good start.
That is a huge kill. They're going to need a couple more of those to get back in this game.
Yeah, step 1 of 10 on the ladder. But
I mean, the black hole is going to be coming back in, 100 seconds. I thought it was going to be like 20 seconds.
Something to look forward to, of course.
Sleep to 23. As Joka makes his way over as well. Miero, though, he has the Ravage, of course, as 23 Savage turns into him. They're going to focus on the Ringmaster first. He drops, and now the Grip Reserve for 23.
Actually going to Kraken it off.
Yeah, that is helpful. He's going to pop the Kraken shell as well, but surrounded. TP coming. He's just going to try to fight this out. I don't know if he really has much of a choice. There's the Ravage as Makoto makes his way over. Actually hits 3 heroes. They're looking for the black hole, but just like I said, not up. Makoto able to remnant away. Is that enough distance, though? Searing Chains only onto creeps here, and the Shield Crash finishes him off as Cuckoo will be run down as well. BetBoom dominating.
Yeah, keep in mind, Kiritich isn't even part of this. He was dead bottom and then went straight back down and started pushing again. So effectively, that was a 4-hero play from BetBoom. Everything coming together beautifully. They'll now take this top tower as well. We're 3 minutes away from their next big objective, the Tormentor. Pretty easy for Pango and Terrorblade to take. You can obviously also consider Roche. You have the minus armor of Lucky Shot together with Terrorblade's heavy single target physical damage. You have Gush.
Jokum found out. Whoopee Cushion. As the Demon Zeal comes into play. GPK, he's going to get roared. They do lose Jokum, though. The Wheel of Wonder did come out in time as WS taken out by Kiritich. Double kill. And now the Song and the Ensnare. And likely the death of Makoto. Cuckoo did have Black Hole here, but even if he had gotten it off, I don't know how much difference it would have made at this stage of the game.
Well, maybe he could have saved his Ember and died for it.
Yeah, they could go for Roche anytime.
Radiant are scanning.
But they're in no rush.
WS going to
Continuing to find picks here. Nightmare onto the Beastmaster.
Grip is available. No cores nearby, though. BetBoom might be sandwiched. Jokum from the left.
Could use one of those as the grip comes out, and Miero
Oh, well.
arrives in time. Save will take it 21-3.
Yeah, just need one more kill.
That's right, the reverse.
Radiant's
They might just push.
is under
At least they're posturing it. Kiritich.
I mean, the question is, how close are they to the next item for Kiritich? Not really.
That's quite far away from the Scotty.
1600 into Scotty now.
But here we go.
Metamorphosis, high ground attempt number 1 for BetBoom. What can Talon do? Cuckoo, of course, with the black hole, puts down the Midnight Pulse to try to slow this down. Tower's already gone, though. And they actually do not have fortification, so they might just have to give this up cleanly.
They're trying to split, trying to buy time to get something. Oh, anchor onto Cuckoo.
Dead in the water for Enigma, as GPK coming in with a double shield crash on top. The box to save him, but not for long enough. They're going to take out Makoto as well. Just way too much for BetBoom. GG's call. This was a mega stomp.
Holy shit.
Jeez.
The shortest game of the tournament, no? 21 minutes?
Yep.
21-30?
You know, I'm going to make a prediction. This is going 3 games. I feel like Talon, it's like they almost power up by getting stomped in game 1. I don't know why that's a thing.
Oh,
that's a big jug of water right there.
This might be the secret. Kiritich actually stole all of the water out of... he went to 23 Savage's shower and drained it all into a bottle here.
Drinking his bathwater again, I see.
That's right.
Yep.
That's...
I think since I mentioned all the possibilities of the Flipster Talon, I think this is the same spot that BetBoom was put into. They ended up going for Leshrac. I'm a big fan of Leshrac as a hero.
They can try to get some XP in last hits. Kiritich, though, you can see the range advantage against these 2 melees. I mean, Lina is going to be very happy in this lane overall, as long as she doesn't get shockwaved into the skewer, which she will. Into the tower she goes. LSA does hit, but they have the snowball. They have the tag team. WS with the first blood. That is beautifully played from Talon.
And their lineup absolutely capable in this game. They have so many good utility tools.
Yeah, that is an interesting way to put it. As Cuckoo will be found out. Stormhammer to secure the kill. GPK gets it. He's out of mana, though, as WS coming into play. Has the level 6 to work with. He actually gets off the RP onto 2. Skewer as well, as Makoto is going to get stunned. The snowball, though, connects onto GPK. Nice block off with the shards. GPK is dead as Jokum being chased by Save. Is going to pop the Fairy Fire as Jokum is just playing around with Save at this point. Trap for Makoto. Another kill goes the way of Talon. A beautiful rotation from them.
You have a lot of AoE stuns, you have a lot of catch, you have a lot of ways of initiating fights, and you can sustain damage output with Lesh and Lina together. Jokum.
Reality Rift. Nice dodge. Oh, actually gets it onto the creeps, but he gets a couple stuns off the back of that, so will end up dropping. But is this going to cost BetBoom? Makoto, nice Phase Edict to prevent all the magic damage, and Makoto will take out GPK again. So death number 2 for him. And the Fate's Edict, incredibly powerful against the Lesh.
It's actually a lot of the heroes that I love that got buffed in this patch in 739. I think it's finally my time to shine and get 15k.
They got the wall now, though. It's 23 brought back as GPK will be here to help finish the kill for BetBoom.
Oh, they might actually chase Cuckoo now. Yep, they know he's alone. Miero 1-point vacuum.
Yeah, he uses it. And Cuckoo, of course, just TP'd here, so really no escape. It's blocked off by an illusion as well. So Miero cleans him up. Nice couple kills for BetBoom.
Talon with a counterattack in mid.
Radiant's middle tower.
All heroes looking great in the network department. Makoto opening up with the Dragonlance build. And
WS finds a connection. RP. And Makoto can just right-click away. GPK dead again.
Yeah, I do not think they anticipated this Mag Daggers to come into play this early for GPK. And I must say, from my perspective, I'm a little bit questioning the Leshrac last pick. I think that's the pick of the draft I like the least. I feel like there were better options in total that BetBoom could have gone for, because in my eyes, Leshrac is incredibly vulnerable this game. I think the hero's biggest problem in all of Dota is displacement, and you're playing against Magnus and Tusk. If you get separated from your team, you cannot truly fend for yourself. You saw it there. This is obviously the early game version where you get skewered and you don't have any items. But
Dota is going to take a Stormhammer. Gets brought back. The wall is placed. An early false promise from Cuckoo as Makoto now making his run.
nice side
See a
step.
double TP on the way. 23 Savage with a huge avalanche onto 4. As Makoto going to be put inside of a snowball. A nice skewer onto 2, separating the fight here as GPK dies again, along with Miero and Kataomi. It is a disaster for BetBoom. They lose 4 overall. Amazing rotation again from Talon. It's a totally different team than game 1.
It's so funny to watch. I don't know. It's fascinating.
Radiant's middle
This team,
I feel like as an Ags, it might not even be good anymore. Everything's been power crept so much, right?
Yeah.
If that's all it did? Probably not. You need to like lower
I think it
cooldown.
gave a bit more damage too.
is under attack.
Remember when the shard made it hit every unit in a line?
Oh yeah, that was so weird.
That had its moments.
That was like Finger of Death with Ags, kind of.
Yeah,
That's
just
a
that
really
finger as
bad
an
version.
AoE around Ferlino is like like mini fissure, essentially.
Yeah. Not good.
Kiritich about to die.
RP finds him. Stormhammer only hits 1 actually, as 23 is gonna eat up Kiritich. Second time he's seen a hero this game, it will be his death. As Jokum going on top of save, a good splitter from GPK though. As Jokum burning down, they'll end up trading lives as GPK now on the run. Out of mana though, Skewer pops the Essence Ring, but Makoto and company will easily bring him down. And Talon continuing to rock BetBoom as they can go in the pit at any point. They have the Desto on the TA. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Burn the Aegis right away as BetBoom hunting with this smoke.
This almost feels like desperation at this point. I think BetBoom recognized that they're in such a bad spot that they have to just try to find a team fight and hope Talon slip up.
Are they going to wait for the
Not
Tormy
the
here?
case, though. Yeah, maybe they're assuming that Talon want to go here immediately in minute 20 since they have such a big lead and they have TA. So they're trying to get a foothold first. But unfortunately for them, it seems Talon are kind of aware of that, and they're now going to go for a wraparound instead. Well,
Oh,
I
boy.
say that. This could end up being
boy.
a trap. That might
Pun
just...
intended. Yeah.
Oh, they're just going to take it
They
instead.
will, but they're going to be quite low on H. They're pretty healthy, actually.
I think it might have been better
Omi
for
gets
them
the
not to
shard
kill
as
it.
Jokum onto the high ground. He's going to get some vision, gets reality rifted. And the snowball does connect as Makoto and company want to fight. The RP only finds 1. Kataomi's going to be the first to fall here. Skewer gets 2. A big avalanche from 23 Savage. Miero, 1 tree toss away from dying or in the back of the head. Triple kill for 23. As the only remaining member is saved, does survive. That is a support CK though.
That was honestly a pretty good result for BetBoom, all things considered.
They lose 3.
They lose the fight 4 for 3, but they do get the Tormentor. That was a given.
On the high ground of their triangle right now for
Radiant's middle
BetBoom.
tower is under attack.
23, you can see Shield Rune still active. Still has a healthy duration on it too, so they're gonna head bot and likely poke the high ground.
Yeah, so BetBoom, the only displacement they have is Vacuum. They gotta be fast to get down here. They have to glyph already. Tiny TA.
Dire structures are
Some nasty pushing power.
Oh yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower
And
is
back
under
to work they go. 1 minute left on the Aegis of TA. They say this is a good time to strike, and they'd be right. BetBoom are actually already going to be too late to the fight.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
And that's a Rax.
Yep, for
It's gonna
free.
be a fight though.
And now this is
Still a
super
minute on
obvious
the
that they're
Aegis.
getting backstep too.
Yep, Cuckoo. Okay, they're gonna start things out. The RP who's trying to use it, but he gets stunned at the last second for WS, but the snowball will save him. They don't even need to use it as Kataomi now on the run. The false promise onto WS, so 23 Savage is in a bit of peril here. Still relatively healthy though with that BKB, and now the avalanche toss onto 2 heroes with the RP to follow. 3 dead for BetBoom. 23 Savage barely gets out. And of course Makoto, onto the high ground he goes with still 30 seconds left on that second life. They'll find a support in the top or the mid area as the creeps arrive back in the base, so no backdoor protection. And Talon, they should be able to get more.
Yeah,
Much
get a
more.
mid-tier 2 at least. I think probably we'll back off after this.
Dire's top tower
You have a lot of gold to
Correct,
spend.
SyndereN.
Yeah. Just pick TA lol. Here comes Mikoto. No Aegis.
23. Oh, a little slappity slap.
Radiant's top tower
And this is likely the final fight for BetBoom. They have to get a good engagement here.
Well, 23 is going
Bloodstone
to break
on
this perfectly.
GPK 23. RP onto 2. The Lina is the main focus. Kiritich going to get skewered after the fact. He's isolated from his team. He is donezo for the rest of the game in all likelihood. That's 2 cores dead. The GG's called as Talon. Well, this is called the reverse dumpster. Get dumpstered game 1, then you do the dumpster in game 2.
The crazy thing for Talon is that if this third game has the same duration as these previous 2, that would still be shorter in total than game 1 they played the other day. I say game 1, it was one of the games in the series. They had like an 80-minute game, right? I believe that we cast. Took forever.
They're going to see really good in small slivers.
We got Pango as the
They are
overlap.
doing the carry Lina. I was not
Yeah.
expecting them, especially against Axe, to leave it there.
Cuckoo is preparing here with a setup.
Yep, Cuckoo,
There it
the
is.
shackle to start. 23 Savage. You see the tag team as well from Jokum. Miero is just dead. Who gets the first blood? They're going to try to give it to 23, and he will snag it. Nice start for Talon.
Yeah, great.
I'd like to see that.
Kiritich actually got skewered up on the cliff, and there's ice sharding him. They
wow.
thought he was TPing, so he ice sharded. Jokum himself TP'd in to stop the TP, but he wasn't porting yet on Kiritich. If he could have stopped that with a snowball, that's the type of thing that can win you a game. He would have been stuck there
Omi
for a
getting
very long
chased
time.
now. Kiritich, TP back to the tier 1. We'll meet him.
Good disarm.
The Oracle is almost certainly going to die here, but at what cost exactly? How much can Kiritich get out of this? You see Save make his way over. A nice double shackle onto 2 heroes. He gets the power shot as well. They do eventually get Cat to Omi. But now Cuckoo in peril. Kiritich getting low on mana, but still plenty to be able to take out Cuckoo in the end. So a 2-for-1 benefit going to BetBoom this time.
Nice response from Save here. Connecting over on that play, and as we've already established, Axe now with the Vanguard doesn't even really need too much help anymore to be able to farm. He can always just retreat to the jungle, farm some stacks. They didn't really make too many for him. There was a hard camp he just farmed now, and he will stack his own Ancient, but at the same time, Savage is pushing into his tower, so he can also get that farm. GPK now.
Toto, very nice snag of the Arcane Rune. 23 Savage is going to come over as well. Gets the Laguna onto GPK with the LSA to follow. False Promise about to end here. Actually, not False Promise. He's not even level 6 yet, SyndereN. He's actually going to turn this around to 23 Savage with the Assassinate. They'll trade lives. As Save now. Win run is already over, looking for the power shot, kill shot onto Jokum. Not going to find it, though, as WS will come to get a little sandwich surprise.
is under attack.
So they do get 2 in the end for Talon. It is at the cost, though, of 23. Kiritich runs into Mikoto. They get the RP off as well. The stun locks to follow. Kiritich very, very dead. Good pick off again from Talon. And they see that he has the Aghanim Scepter on the Bristol as well. Obviously couldn't cast anything in that state.
Is under
Well, that makes him more vulnerable. If he had a traditional Bristleback
There's
build.
the Blink Berserker's call. Power shot to follow, looking for the dunkity dunk. Shackle though. There it is.
Yeah,
First
foul
stack
play
of the
doesn't
game.
really work against this.
You live and you learn. At least some of us do.
Dire's structures
As the tier 2 tower fortification.
No defense being mounted here from the side of Talon. They
Yeah.
are well aware of the situation. This Bristleback with Aegis, tough to fight into. BetBoom are nicely set up. They're just going to let it go.
Yeah, I will say though, situations like this that we've seen from Talon where it's roughly even at the 21-minute mark.
Oh, this is a big catch. 23 Savage. Easy kill.
Oh my.
Blink Blade Mail just owns Lina completely at this stage of the game. No Satanic. Just can't stay alive. If she gets Blink called while she has Fiery Soul running.
That is
she's
the
dead.
perfect target. Jokum will find an Oracle. It's going to pop the Ghost Scepter, though, as a Rolling Thunder coming in. They'll delete the Oracle and start, and there's the RP onto 2. They're still going to fight despite not having their Lina. GPK continuing to get stunned. A huge shield crash comes out. Kiritich does a lot of damage in the meantime, of course. Has that Aegis. As Makoto actually doesn't have shield crash for another 2. We'll be able to burn life number 1. Can he get away? Swashbuckle just about to come up. And we'll TP out. Should be fine.
Kiritich, actually a little bit of a bluff here, this push. He's completely alone. I guess there's an Oracle a little bit behind him now. But with the information, this ward he has up top, seeing Makoto, probably gives him the feeling of safety that he could go for this tower push. And he manages to take 2/3 of this tower on his own. He's going to keep going.
Yeah, not
And
often you
this
see this.
is going to make this gate play a lot less likely, too.
Call into the focus fire. Cuckoo, very dead. No chop, though, from Miero.
That's really good macro from BetBoom. So Bristol is pushing mid with Oracle on backup, and in the meantime, because he's pushing there, Talon feel relatively safe to go through the gate top, but they get caught instead. Speaking of,
this is a bigger one, but the snowball save. Gale Force used now. And the shackle onto Makoto, tries to get off his ult, but the Yule's going to stop it. It's 23 Savage, doing a lot of damage, but he's also taking a lot. He gets the Hurricane Pack off in time to take out Miero. Now the False Promise applied to GPK. Makoto in the Rolling Thunder might just have to get out. Assassinate is coming for him, but ooh, that was actually a good combo, but not enough. Makoto still slowed to a crawl, but should be able to get away here.
damn, Save is on the prowl.
Unless Save gets a ridiculous power shot here. Oh, the Gale Force. Yules. It's going to set. It's not enough still. Gets the shackle now.
No, he doesn't have mana.
He doesn't. He needs some assistance. As Jokum coming with the punch, he's going to sacrifice his life for Makoto's as the power shot actually misses. But guess what doesn't? The Quill Spray from Kiritich.
The fights change quite drastically. There's a smoke available here for BetBoom if they fancy their luck. They will do it, and so will Talon. So big moment coming up here. Who is going to find the angle?
It's not even with a Roche. Well, I guess Roche could technically spawn, but...
Oh, nice
Pop
ward
the
from
smoke.
Cuckoo.
Kiritich. Hairball. There's the initiation, but a nice snowball to save everyone. Miero, he's still waiting. The roster's going to fall. 23 Savage is going down the right clicks of
He's
GPK.
dead.
He will drop. Buyback comes out from the Rasta, but they have lost so much on Talon. They will just have to back away. Makoto still very healthy.
Yeah, that blink call. Imagine they didn't have such a clutch snowball save. That would have been even worse. But 3 for 1 with the buyback banner and have GPK hit this from 1,000 range. 1,160 to be exact. A nice little bit of range on him.
Yep, fishing will be a little bit more difficult because of that. Kiritich will frontline. Now the TPs from Talon to try to defend here. Tower's already at half health. There's, WS pushes them slightly forward.
Oh, that's not ideal.
Beautiful Berserker's Call. Snowball is going to put them in a precarious spot. No, it's on a creep. Actually, well done. As GPK might be burning life number 1. Swashbuckle finishes the job. Nicely done from Makoto. He's going to get shackled, though, for his troubles with the focus fire to follow. As GPK can just hit from afar as Miero will set it up. And the dunk to follow. Down goes Makoto.
No buyback.
No buyback. As 23 Savage, headshots are starting to hurt. We'll have to try to run away, and they might need to give up this set of racks at this point without the Pangolier. As there, nice connection. They have GPK, but he pops the BKB, still taking a lot of right-click damage as the RP will follow. 23 Savage trying to get through this false promise onto GPK. It will eventually be his death, surely, but can he take anybody else to the grave? Yes, he takes WS as well. And some way, somehow, Talon have defended.
So important. It's not going to get much better than this. His inventory is jam-packed with goodies.
Yep, the smokes won't really turn into much here. At the very least, with the lanes pushing, you know that Talon have to go defend, especially in that top lane right now.
Looks like they're just going to give bottom lane up to GPK for free. Or maybe not. They're going to try to hit him while he's hitting the tier 2, I guess, but...
Yeah,
okay,
there's
that's
the
a good start.
RP. It's onto Axe. Do they have the follow-up here? Rolling Thunder onto the back line. They get the punch, they get the Laguna. Down goes Miero. Big kill for Talon. They're going to get a second in the form of save. Now, BetBoom will be retreating. Don't want to bleed out.
Is a good ward that they had right there by the outpost. Miero thought he could just take that. But he was spotted the entire time in this smoke. Save doesn't look too happy. Maybe he's bonus spell damage.
And spell damage.
That's really good on Bristol.
Oh, yeah.
Dire are scanning.
And base attack time reduction.
Oh, look
is
at this.
great in general.
Both going in opposite directions, although there is one close by Jokum.
Yeah, he's looking to break
Wants
this
to
smoke.
pop the smoke, and he
Second
will
pass.
here. Blinks away. Makoto, Rolling Thunder. Initiation starts onto GPK. Cuckoo gets the Hex. Onto Miero. There's the RP, but that's BKB onto the Axe. He's very tanky. He's 23 Savage. Right-clicking from afar as Kirita trying to focus on him. Another RP now, but the false promise onto Axe. He's going to stay alive a little bit longer. Skewer to follow as well, but finally they get the Axe in the end, but it's going to cost them 23. 3 dead for BetBoom all of a sudden as Kiritich trying to put everybody on his back. Triple kill. He's going to lose save if he's not careful. Now it's a 1 versus 2. Bristleback. Got the Ghost Scepter to keep the Rasta alive. Makoto, I mean, they cannot kill this Bristol for sure, but at the very least, nobody's getting Roche. Now you have to defend your base. The creeps are there.
That is such a good play from Jokum to break the smoke in that fashion. They immediately punish it too. He breaks the smoke, they get a roll immediately.
Do you think the Axe was worth it for the Oracle?
Not so far, but
Shard into the pit. Roche is at half HP as Kiritich is soloing it right now.
Radiant are scanning.
And Talon, oh, the call comes out. Rolling Thunder to try to disrupt the initiation. Serpent Wards are placed as well. The Gale Guard making this pretty difficult to fight in. Miro past the BKB. They get saved to start the fight. As Jokum taking the right clicks as 23 Savage will find his way against Kiritich. Will have to run away. He's just getting beat down by this Bristleback. He's going to self-exile though, but he gets 2-shot afterwards. Meanwhile, GPK, Hurricane Pike to the other side of the cliff to be able to take out WS. The range is killing Talon right now. GPK looking for Makoto next, but the Hex is going to delay this. Finally gets the bullets. And now the Assassinate onto the Rasta. 1 more kill for the road as BetBoom win this fight 5-2. And now they're going to get Roche on top of it. It cost them a buyback onto save, and that's it.
but the completely fundamental difference between this fight and the previous one is the difference. I mean, they're mega now already. It's a matter of whether the game's over. Like they actually can't.
It might
defend.
just end. 3 heroes do not have buyback, and that's all 3 cores for Talon.
BetBoom
25
don't
seconds
know
on Magnus.
this, so they're going to start getting megas. If they went for tier 4s, they would just recognize the game's over. But
Yeah, playing it safe, so Mega's online, and now for the tier 4s.
now they know they can't have buybacks. They would have surely
Magnus
bought
up
back
in
to
10
defend the
seconds.
megas.
That's the last fortification that Talon had. They're going to have to try to defend this. It's 5 seconds for the Magnus. Jokum trying to delay it. He's getting right-click from afar, though. Gets off the snowball, but these buildings are melting to Kiritich. And here comes the potential RP for WS as Kiritich casually takes out Jokum. Has the buyback on the Tusk as the Lina now up in 5 seconds. There's the Skewer. They get the Hex as well. Cuckoo pops the BKB from Kiritich. Could literally just finish the Ancient now if he wants. No fortification to work with as Miero working on Jokum. Wants to get this die back as GPK deletes WS. And 23 Savage trying with all his might to defend, but this will end up being GG in favor of BetBoom. GPK wants the Rampage first, but it will not happen. A very entertaining game number 3 as BetBoom secure themselves in the upper bracket, and like you said, secure top 3.